Today I'm going to be sharing with you why I quit the standard method of dropshipping for good, and no, this video isn't clickbait. And guys, if you don't have at least the next 5 minutes to watch this video, then you're probably going to be doomed with e-commerce, or you're going to end up eating Arby's out of a trash can. Now, in all seriousness, guys, please watch this video. I promise you that this is going to be a value-packed video, and if you're even remotely serious about e-commerce, then you need to watch this. Now, let me preface with this. Through quitting dropshipping, I've been able to make more money than I ever have with e-commerce. So let me just show you this real quickly. This is my e-commerce brand currently, and you can see that we've made over $400,000 this month. And this is my partner store. You can see this is over 460,000 euros. So collectively, me and my partner are doing over $1 million a month. And honestly, I'm super confident that we're going to be able to 5 or even 10x this number within the next 6 to 12 months. Now, I'm not telling you this to brag or sell you a course. In fact, I don't have any course I'm selling. The only thing that I currently offer is private coaching, where I work with 3 to 6 students per month and help them scale their business. Now, the reason I'm making this video is to share with you the information that I wish I knew years ago, because honestly, if I did know this information, my net worth would probably be 10 or even 20 times higher than it is right now. When I first started, dropshipping was the name of the game, and for good reason. The same day you find a product, you can build a store, and you can even launch it up and get sales the very first day. Which is great in theory, but the truth is dropshipping is a pretty shit way of having a reliable income. Not only is the business super volatile, but a lot of the people showing big numbers like $1 million or even $2 million actually aren't making that much profit at the end of the day. And truth be told, 9 times out of 10, even a low-level white-collar worker takes home more money than a dropshipper who does $1 million a year. Now, if you don't believe me, let me explain really quickly. Most dropshippers have about a 10 to 15% profit margin, and that's before taxes, that's before liabilities, which is about $100,000 to $150,000 in a year, which definitely isn't bad. But if you have to split it between 2 people, then your income just got cut in half. Let me share with you guys an alternative that's helping me make that same amount of income in one single month. When I just showed you my store making over $400,000 per month, the profit on that is over $130,000. Now, I'll talk more about how I'm doing that towards the end of this video, but the truth is, even if you do manage to get your store to $1 or $2 million, which is a great feat, there's so many challenges that no one is talking about. Throughout my dropshipping career, I've had numerous payment processors shut me down completely. Plus, I've had suppliers scam me for tens of thousands of dollars. And last but definitely not least is advertising platforms. I've been shut down more times than I can count on my hands. Now, if your dropshipping business encounters any of these, it's gonna literally wipe your business out overnight. And the hard reality is that being a dropshipper, you have to learn how to navigate this minefield every single day. Now, personally speaking, I've had more than a handful of successful dropshipping businesses be wiped out overnight, and this has lost me literally millions of dollars. Now, what's worse is that if you're dropshipping, you're always going to be limited to the amount of money you're going to be able to make. To make real money, you need to have a mindset shift that completely goes against the status quo of the current market. Because here's the thing, 99% of dropshippers are selling to the same 3% of the market. These are the consumers who are already in buy mode. I'm sure you've heard of this as impulse buyers. Now, while impulse buyers are the bread and butter of so many different e-commerce store owners, all of the saturation means that all of these dropshippers are literally fighting over the same customers. The rest of the market needs far more education, and you need to have legitimacy behind your product and brand for anyone who's educated to actually go out and buy your product. And in all honesty, that's why you see very few dropshippers ever going on to making more than a few $1 million. Now, the real question is, what is the solution to all these problems with dropshipping? And a simple answer is brand building. through building a legitimate brand, you're able to solve most of these issues. But the big problem with beginners and starting brands is that there's so many different expenses, and it's so difficult to navigate this road because there's not many people talking about it. Most people don't know this, but there's actually ways to get super fast shipping worldwide without holding any inventory that beginners can use and requires no capital. Now, the reason people aren't talking about these methods is it's so much more powerful than the standard methods of dropshipping, and they don't want you to know those methods, because if you do, then the most readily available ways to make money through this business model are going to be taken away from them. Literally 99% of the content that you're hearing about online right now does not work anymore. It used to work years ago, but in 2023, the landscape is changing so rapidly, and if you aren't evolving to those strategies, then you're doomed. Now, I can say this confidently, I don't think there's any other YouTubers who are telling you the reality of what the state of dropshipping is in 2023. And the truth is, if you focus on this business model for the next few years, then you're gonna get more behind and more behind, because while you're learning the standard method of dropshipping, it's only taking you further down this rabbit hole of not having success in e-commerce. Now, if you take the initiative to start evolving now towards this new direction of where e-commerce is going, then you're going to be able to progress in the right direction. So right now you're at a pivotal fork in the road. You can continue doing what you're doing with the standard methods of e-commerce and dropshipping, or you can start learning how to brand build with the right strategies. The store I showed you that did over $400,000 this month, I started not even 6 months ago, and we've been able to scale this brand rather quickly. Now, the best part about this brand is that we have next to no customer disputes. That means that we have customers who are legitimately happy with the products we're selling. All of our products are being sent out with fast shipping, and we don't have these sleepless nights worrying if we're gonna wake up and our Shopify store and our advertising platforms are still gonna be active, which in my opinion is so invaluable. Now, this month I'm looking for 3 to 6 students where I'm actually gonna help you build out your brand. We're gonna build your website, help you get your strategy so you can start making real profits. Now, that's only for a very select few of you watching this video. I'll leave the link down below if you are interested, but for everyone else watching this video, let me explain how you can pivot with the current dropshipping model and actually start creating your own brand that represents your own values, where you can actually scale this business, make consistent income, and not have a business that can be taken off the planet with insane volatility. So the first tip I'll tell you is to start selling products with good quality. If you don't do that, then your ability to be successful in this market is always going to be capped. There's a metric that we use in e-commerce called return customer rate, and sadly, every single dropshipper that I've spoken to is not familiar with this metric, nor do they focus on this metric. Now, if you ask anyone who's really building brands or anyone who's serious about making money online, who's made any real success in e-commerce, they'll tell you that this is one of the single-handedly most important metrics that you could focus on as a business owner. Not only is it going to help you acquire more revenue, because acquiring an existing customer is going to be much cheaper than acquiring new customers, but from the potential of a long-term outlook, you having a consistent flow of returning customers looks very good and will attract tons of different investors if you ever decide to sell your e-commerce business. Now, of course, that's not going to be relevant for a lot of you guys. Some of you guys are just starting off in e-commerce. Some of you don't even know what to do, but that actually means that you're learning this information at the best time, because while most people are telling you to be short-sighted in your thinking and trying to make fast money, you can sit on the sidelines. You can see how all of these other people are operating and come from a different perspective, a long-term perspective. And let me tell you, the more long-term you're able to think in this industry, the more money you're going to end up making. Now, tip number 2 is providing good customer service. This is make or break for most e-commerce businesses, and if you have good customer service, it's going to help you reduce chargebacks, it's going to help you reduce refunds, and it's going to make sure that your payment processor is clean, so you're going to be able to run this business for longer than just a few months. Good customer service means having customer-centric policies, which means that your policies aren't always in favor of the company, but it's in favor of the customer. Because at the end of the day, you need to put the customer first in your business. This way of thinking is going to help you attract much more customers, because instead of saying, hey, we offer no refunds in our company, you can tell customers, hey, we have a 14-day money-back guarantee. You can try your product, and if you don't love it, you can send it back and we'll refund it. If you have a policy like that, not only will people be much more likely to actually buy the product from you, but it's actually going to reduce so many different payment processing issues as well. Now, the last tip I'm going to give you is build a brand that you would buy from. This is something that most people never think about, but at the end of the day, we're all consumers. I'm sure you own some products, and I'm sure there's some companies that you love. Now, think about those companies that you really like, and think about what values they have, what their customer service looks like, and what really makes that company special to you, and start trying to implement those values that you already inherently have into the business that you're building. You don't need to listen to everyone online who's telling you, hey, do this, do that, this is the fastest way to make money. But you can implement some of the structure out there that's already working and add your values into it so you can create a stronger business that is independent. Now, if the reasons I already mentioned to you alone don't stop you from dropshipping completely, then I honestly don't know what will. Of course, dropshipping is always going to be a good way to get off the ground, but I think if you're a beginner right now, you have a unique opportunity. You can go against the status quo of everyone who's following this streamlined method of going on AliExpress, testing products out and failing, and if that doesn't work, to launch more products up. Or you can go down the long-term route that you're going to be much more proud of building. Now, I plan to make a lot more videos about brand building and what we're doing over here in our company, so you're probably not going to hear too much about dropshipping in the near future. If I ever put it in the title of my videos, it more so means the fulfillment structure of how things are being done, because there's a lot of different ways to dropship today. There's dropshipping off AliExpress, but there's also US dropshipping, which can be much more advantageous, which technically will legitimize your business. But I think by differentiating dropshipping and brand building by the thought process that goes behind it, it's going to help a lot of people make the right decisions when they go out and start their e-commerce brand. So thank you for watching this video. If you guys want to see more, make sure to like this video and comment down below.